Hello everyone, let's look at today's Leetcode problem 3355 zero array transformation problem. Before starting this problem, let us look at a motivational quote. The best code isn't written in a single burst of inspiration. It is built in quiet hours with daily commits and steady progress. Consistency is your superpower because showing up every day, even when it is tough, is what separates good developers from great ones. It is true, right? So nothing happens overnight or nothing happens with one uh, big inspirational day. So even when we are not inspired, we might need to show up every day and start working on daily basis. And it is important to be consistent to reach our goal in the long run. Let us understand the problem statement. You are given an integer array nums of length n and a 2D array queries where queries of I is equals to L of I comma R of I. For each query of I, select a subset of indices ranging within L of I, R of I in nums, decrement the values at the selected indices by 1. A zero array is an array where all the elements are equal to 0. Return true if it is possible to transform nums into a zero array after processing all the queries sequentially, otherwise return false. Let us look at one of these examples. So in the first example, we have 1, 0, 1 and the queries array asks 0, 2 and we are required to perform operations within this subset which is 0, 1 and 2 and reduce all of these numbers by minus 1, minus 1 and minus 1. And once we reduce all of these by minus 1, this will become 0, minus 1, 0. And this would be a 0 array or all of the elements are less than 0. Okay. So in the second example 4, 3, 2, 1, we see two queries 1, 3, 0, 2 and 0, 1, 2, 3. So if we consider 1 to 3 and subtract all of these values by minus 1 and also the second query which is 0, 1, 2 and adding minus 1 here. So we would still end up with values such as 3 and 1 and 0 and 0. So this would all of the if all of the items in the nums array are 0, then we can say return true, else false. So since this is having these two elements greater than 0, then we need to return false. Let us look at constraints. So we know that nums length is 10 power 5 and queries length is also 10 power 5. This means that if we are having to approach a brute force solution with, let's say, nums length n and queries length q, and this will become 10 power 5 plus 5, which will become 10 power 10, and this might lead us to time limit exceeded. So we can either go with q plus n, which might come up to 10 power 5. But yeah, let's start looking at how we can solve this problem. Let us look at this example where we have 4, 3, 2, 1. square 1 P02. So this would be our initial nums array, and we are required to subtract values. So this would be minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So this would take up minus 1, and the resulting value would be 3200. And this could, and if you are going through, as discussed, if you are going through a brute force approach, then we would be iterating first for loop queries array, and the second for loop where we are going to uh, on each query, then we are going to go with the specified indexes, which is QL and QR, by looping over nums array. So this could obviously take up somewhere around Q into N, where Q is the query's length and N is num's length. So if we want to find the optimal approach, we can go with difference array technique. So in difference array technique, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we had query 1 which was 1 to 3. So we shall have a temporary difference array, and we shall mark the starting index at 1 and all the other, and the last +1 index to -1, indicating that this is where the addition of this number stops. And in the query 2, where we had 0 to 2, we would be doing the same operation, where at the first index we would be marking 1, and all the other index we will be bringing it back 1, and this would be 0, and the next index, which is 3 here, we will be marking at -1, and this would be as it is. So if we see, our difference array at the end would be addition of all of these numbers cumulatively. So this would be 1, 2, 1 plus 1, 2, and since this is 2, this would be 2 plus 1, 2 plus 0, and this would be 1 plus 1, and this would be 2, and 2 minus 1, 1, and this would be minus 1. So our final difference array that we need to take into consideration is 2, 2, 1. And if we look at the original array, this is the value where we would be needing to differentiate this with 4, 3, 2, 1. And if we do that, we get a difference of 4 minus 3, 4 minus 1, which is 3, 3 minus 2, which is 1, and these are 0. So this is our output array. And let us try, let us go to the Leetcode editor and apply this technique, the difference array technique, to solve this problem. start off with few initializations of variable of value nums and then we are going to have a difference array which is going to be 1 greater than the length of the nums array, and let's initially fill it with zeros. And we are going to add 1 at the start of the left index in the difference array just as a marker. And now let's calculate if each of the difference array value is greater than or less than none to determine if it is possible to make a zero transformation of the nums array. So if nums of I is greater than the sum, then we cannot bring the specific index to 0, and therefore 0 array transformation is not possible. We return false. Hence, if the for loop runs successfully, then we return true. And as you see, this could be of a complexity n less q, q being the queries. Okay, so ri. So this should work fine. Let's see. Okay, as you see, the code gets submitted. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel.